Warm welcome to everyone. I'm Leela, anak perempuan Karuppiah. I'm a second sem in the OUM, taking of a Bachelor in Management. Today, I'm taking this opportunity to share about the role of speaker and also the listener. Before that, let us go. What is communication? Communication is the process of passing information and understanding from one person to another. In a simple words, it's a process of transmitting and sharing ideas, opinions, facts, value, and etc. from one person to another person or on organizer to another. The communication is the process of sending and receiving the information, which is called there's a sender and receiver. So the sender will send the information through the feedback to the receiver, and between is the medium people. Okay, element of the communication. Element of communication is a sender sending a message through the channel or medium to the receiver. So we send a message, the speaker will send a message and the listener will listen the message that given by the speaker. It's a call of the encoding and also decoding. Okay. Introduction of oral communication as speaker and learner. There are few basic techniques or tips we can share, we use while speaking and listening to improve the communication style as a speaker. Okay. The role of speaker, it's called a definition. It's a definition of the speaker, where definition of public speaker is a person who gives speech or lecture to a unusual large group of the people. She is gifted as a speaker. Okay. The role of a speaker. There are 4 or 5 or 6 roles of the speaker. But what I'm going to share is who is the speaker. Okay. A speaker must pay attention not just to the words but also to overall of the conversation is proceeding may help us to convey the message more effectively. Speak attentively, just as one listener, one should also speak in the same manner. Okay, it's a maintaining of appropriation and direct eye contact to the listeners, and look of the body signal, facial expression, and the posture that indicate that the other person is engaged. The phrase meaningful questions, one way to shorten the conversation and therefore make it unproductive. Okay. The role of the speaker is another one is avoid monologues. Avoid monologues is stick to the point that what they are going to convey to the listeners. And also the tone and rhythm of the speakers must be maintaining to the voice of the communication, whereby the speakers and the listeners will tolerate with us. The conclusion is the speakers is the public speaker to have a strong conclusion. The role of a conclusion in a speech is to signal to the listeners or the audience that the speech is going to be the ending or close, and help them to remember most important messages that we share to the. When we come to the listener, who is the listener? Listener is the audience who come to the speech and listen to the speakers, and the listeners must hear and identify for the speeches sound directly towards them. understand the message, those sound, critically evaluate and assess the message. Remember what being said. Okay. The role of a listener is listening skills. The listening skills are way to help the listen to something more effectively. Okay. There's the four types of listeners. One is the evaluate listeners. Who is the evaluate listeners? They are the person who are listening process during which the listeners critically access the information they receive from the speaker. The second one is the non-listener. Who is the non-listener? Is the partially listen to the other speaker or the side person. Another one is the marginal listener. Marginal listener is too busy preparing and replying to what being said to real pay attention to the talks. And the fourth one is the active listener, as its name suggests, actively listening. The conclusion. Both speaker and listener are playing a big important roles in the public speaking, and the communication as a sender and receiver is the hearing and listening happen. Hearing is accidentally, involuntarily and effortless. Listening is focused, vocabulary and internationally. Thank you for the listening the video.